We're on Cloud Kingdom, the map with a Superman S, and to the top right, currently starting in the yellow, we have the Protoss player for the Slayers team. They are, well, the current score is 1-3 in favor of NSOSA, so our Protoss has to definitely get a win in here for his team. It is
Slayers Puzzle!
Street Fighter Boys is getting really excited last few days.
He's been like very, I don't know how to explain it, man. He's just excited.
Very energetic.
Yeah, there's a little extra oomph.
Yeah, I like it. He's getting very excited about GSTL, and so are we. Bottom left, 2 wins for his team already. He secured a win against Crank and Puma. Now he's facing Puzzle. This is NSOSA.
NSOSA Jakji!
Just listen to the guy.
Yeah, he's intense. Puzzle looks like he wants to go for Nexus first, by the way.
He's been taking lessons from Cat's Pajamas.
Maybe so, man. Nexus first going down for Puzzle. Bold build order. Good choice with this map to do this build. He's also going to send a fast probe scout in, but he will be denied. His opponent, fortunately for him, is going for the gasless expand. But, you know, he doesn't necessarily know that, but he can... When you see this block with the depot, it usually indicates a gasless expand probably 70% of the time.
And I'm really curious to see what kind of strategy Puzzle has in mind here. With the Nexus first, that's already pretty nice, but still, he has a very good strategy if he wants to defeat Jakji here. He saw the games that his opponent played, not only against Puma, but also against Crank. So Jakji is definitely not a player that you should underestimate. And one of the biggest problems for the Slayer team is that even if they are able to take Jakji out, then suddenly you have players like Seal stepping up, who was able to win his Code A qualifier, and he's a player who will, in my opinion, not stop in the first round of Code A. He's just such an amazing Zerg, and we have so many great players for NSOSA.
Great scout by Puzzle, by the way. He has to verify the command center. He does verify. Now he can rest easy going, I got a build order win earlier. Not win as in winning the game, but as far as the 2 strategies colliding goes, he wins, man. He actually has the better expansion. It's going to be very difficult for Jakji to punish him no matter what, because he's doing a 1-Rax expand. So that's not a build that can very easily punish people.
And Jakji going straight for the second command
That
center.
is what he has to make a choice like that. I love it. Zealot will deny these 2 Marines from doing any damage. With good micro, he may be able to damage the Zealot before the Stalker is out. Ooh, he actually made a second Zealot. So he could actually potentially do more damage than I thought, especially with the 3rd Marine coming in here. Nicely done by Jakji. Really nice micro.
Yeah, if he has good micro here, he could actually just split his Marines a little bit faster. That would help him a lot. The Zealot is out. The second one that is.
He knows that potentially a Stalker was about to pop, so he's going to get it back. He damaged the Zealot. He doesn't lose anything. Like I said, I mean, can he punish the Nexus? That's the best he could do, and he really, I mean, he couldn't have done any better. He damaged the Zealot, gets out without losing any Marines. Great trade for him.
Jakji is getting double barracks and double gas. He wants to start with his tech here. It was also a bit delayed because of his 3rd command center that he has, and he's skipping on the bunker at this point.
Yeah.
He knows that with the Nexus first, the aggression of his opponent will not be that fast, but here's the bunker nonetheless. It's just a huge problem when you're facing a few Zealots and also
once the Stalkers come out,
you have to be careful.
Yeah, you got to deny the Stalkers from doing run-bys and things like that. That can be very scary, very difficult to deal with.
We've seen Terran players skip the bunkers. Suddenly the Protoss was getting aggressive with the Stalkers, and the game was kind of ending. Huge favor for the Protoss player.
Yeah.
You have to have a bunker during expansion.
Can't really skip it in this matchup. Double gates going down here for Puzzle, putting him up to 3 gates with the Robo. There's variations. Basically, the way that this matchup is played by Protoss these days, you either go gate, Robo, 2 gates, or you go 2 gates, then Robo. And we saw Crank do it the opposite way, getting the gateways before, but this way you get a lot more scout information. These Marines are actually just going to run by. They actually got lucky. It's not going to really lose too much, but he doesn't have his Stalker in position. This is exactly what this is banking on. He's going to get the Sentry.
And this would be crucial. If he loses the Sentry, that would be big.
And he uses the Guardian Shield on the probes, so less probes go down. That was actually such good micro. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that, man. That was amazing.
Killed by Jakji, but he loses a ton of Marines. How many did he lose? 5, 6?
I believe probably about 6, maybe 7 even.
Very well done. Now we have the transitioner for Puzzle, who goes straight for the Twilight Council. And, well, on this map, Blink Stalkers, especially with a very greedy build, well, not really greedy build, but with the 3 command centers that Jakji has, if you get those the Blink upgrade out in time, you can just Blink up on the high ground. There are a lot of positions where with the Observer in position, you can just kind of try to abuse the lone high ground situation.
With this, with the Observer coming in here, this is going to be the first look that Puzzle gets at the delayed tech. It's going to make him feel really comfortable in some ways, but also it's going to make him feel a little bit antsy, because he's going to be like, well, you have that fast 3rd command center, your SCV count's going to be built up quite high. My worker count is still better than yours because I've had 2 next side for longer, but that's not going to be the case forever. Templar Archives coming down as a result after scouting this. Interesting choice. The question is, will he go for a +2? With what he's doing now, adding the additional gateways, getting the Templar Archives, and getting +1 armor, we may see +2 with Guardian Shield, Charge Zealot, timing attack at the 3rd base. That's something that we've seen become more and more popular. Empire Vines, I think, does this better than anyone. I wonder if that's what we're going to see.
Sending a probe to the left has been spotted with by the SCV. The SCV says hi.
There's the charge research.
Upgrade, yeah.
Before Blink. It's starting to look that way. It's basically an all-in, though. If it does not do damage, you are out of luck. Your opponent's going to have a great position with his 3rd base. And he's making more units here. He's not making the Nexus. He wants to deny this SCV scout to make it look like he's taking a Nexus. He actually has not seen this SCV. It looks like the SCV is in great position here. This is going to allow Jakji to repair so well. He's just going to keep his command center well defended. He can lift it up at any time.
The Harvester count, surprisingly enough, is better for Puzzle. I would have expected Jakji to get a few more workers. He's still producing SCVs, but right now he can only rely on his mules. He's taking position at the 3rd base, while we have the first High Templars now in the game for his opponent.
Yeah,
And Storm will be done very soon. He has the energy for the first few Storms.
He does, and he has enough money to make a Nexus if he wants to expand here. He just is continuing to delay that. I think he may just never make it.
He might just go for Jakji. He moves out. Charge is not done yet, though. Just try it.
It's about to be done. There's the Nexus. He hasn't started +2 armor yet either.
And we have Jakji preparing. The Ghost Academy, they will enable him to get the Ghosts in order to use EMP and Snipes against the Storm. And this is once again going to be basically a kind of a caster battle. We will have Ghosts against Templar.
Oh, I thought you were going to be me versus you, but yeah, okay. +2.
Unless you have high martial arts skills, I doubt that would be a long fight.
Yeah, I think you beat me, man. I won't deny it. I think you'll beat me every time. Unless, like, I have better weapons than you, better equipment or something. I don't know.
+2?
Yeah, if I have +2 and you're just with +1 armor, I think I still win.
Yeah, that would be a tough one, you're right.
This army will be spotted. He may actually try to engage here. His Templar are way behind, though. And I feel like Jakji realizes, he's like, wait a minute. He's like, why would he attack with these Zealots alone? There have to be Templars somewhere. Gets the pylon and gets out. Nicely done. Jakji is pulling way ahead right now, though. With his faster 3rd base, it's been completely uncontested. He's getting 2. Well, he will start +2 armor right now. It's +1 just finished. He's adding additional barracks, and he is going to be in a good position fairly soon with his Ghosts already coming out.
He's getting additional 3 now. He really wants to make sure that he has enough energy for the MPs and the Snipes. And Puzzle, he wants to engage here, but he just does not find an angle. He doesn't find an opening where he can do some damage. Jakji so far is feeling pretty good. He's adding additional production, getting all these upgrades. Of course, Puzzle will be a little bit... actually, he won't be ahead at all. He's just now getting the +1 attack upgrade. Even
He's
if
late
he
on that
boosts
second forge.
he might be able to tie with his opponent.
He will eventually tie, but there's going to be a timing.
Personal cloaking, and didn't he just have the +1 attack upgrade for the Vikings here for 1 second? Did I imagine? I mean, am I imagining things?
I'm not sure. I didn't catch that. A very nice preemptive storm here. The second one, not as nice. He does have a few more storms in him, but has to be very careful because now the Ghosts are starting to close distance. He's stemming small groups of Marines forward to try to catch these Templar.
Personal cloaking is halfway done. Those Colossi, how many does he have? Has
just one. The second one is starting now.
Next upgrade is going to start very immediately.
Yeah, +3 armor is on the way for that Protoss army. This is a scary moment for him, though. He has to win this battle convincingly, or Jakji will take a huge lead as a result. He's even making photon cannons now, which I really like.
Jakji is already expanding again. He's getting a 4th base at this point. Extended thermal lance has just been started. So for now, Puzzle can't really attack with this Colossi. Without range, it's going to be just too difficult for him to face his opponent's army, especially with the Viking count just increasing. There's the +1 attack upgrade for the Vikings. And there are so many Marauders in this mix. They can tank a lot of damage. We have 41 Marines, but 22 Marauders, and he's getting 3 additional ones as we speak. Scans ahead, gets a good read on the position of his opponent, and as long as Puzzle doesn't take a 4th, Jagchi will be fine here. He's expanding again, he's moving out, getting his upgrades, +3 attack on his way. This is scary for Puzzle.
The upgrades are about to be 2-2 versus 2-1 as well. Nice snipe with the Cloaked Ghost. He's trying to find a position to actually get the rest of these Templar. I don't know about this engagement. Some decent forces going down, but I think they're going to hurt. In the end, if Josh continues to engage, he pulls back. This is a decent trade for him. Puzzle keeps his Templar alive. That's the most important part. With a cannon in play as well as a warping going down the natural, Joshi can't really do a 2-pronged attack here. It's going to be something he really has to commit to.
With the economy that Jagchi has, he's also getting another starport, so he will be able to react to his opponent's switches a lot faster. He can get a lot of Vikings if need be. The Blink upgrade is now coming into play. He didn't decide early on to go for any aggressive Blink strategy. Started with charge first, but now he needs it in order to make sure that those Vikings will not be in a great position in the fight to take down those Colossi immediately. He needs to do something in order to take them back to Earth. Down to Earth, I guess.
Yeah.
And +3/+3 now, on the way for Jagchi.
He's got an upgrade lead.
Puzzle is moving out. He wants to prevent this 4th base. Oh, if he lands it...
He only has 5 Stalkers, so he will probably be able to keep us alive. But Puzzle is taking a supply lead. He's taking a 4th base, making 4 photon cannons at the north there. It's going to make it difficult for Jagchi to engage. And I feel like Jagchi could have done more with an attack at the 3rd base, but since he hesitated, he wasn't sure there were a decent amount of Templar there. Now he's in a position where Puzzle has been able to kind of catch up, seal the gap. +1 shields now on the way for Puzzle, who is about to seal the deal with his upgrades as well. He's got 3-2 right now. He's getting +3. This could potentially be a great engagement for Puzzle. Jagchi hesitating a lot here. The Templar are way at the back, though. He needs to get them forward here.
The Vikings don't have the greatest position. He needs to try to go to the side to flank him a little bit, and he does not really have the Viking count now. Only 6 of them. 3 additional ones will finish very soon as Jagchi builds 2 more command centers.
Nice snipe on that Colossus, by the way.
Even the shield upgrades coming up for Puzzle now, who's also getting a 2nd Robo. Double Robo for the double Colossi production. The 4th base is up though. The 4th Nexus is done.
Yep. And at this point, Jagchi is trying to find the best opening. Like, he made so much happen. He
doesn't even know about the 4th. He has no idea.
He has no vision of that. He made so much work with those small Viking count. Now his Viking count's getting higher. He's up to 10. As you mentioned, he got that +1 ship weapon earlier. It's going to help him a little bit. The Colossi, of course, have +3 armor, but this is just a normal situation.
Now he knows that there's a 4th, and he at least had to suspect that there's another base for his opponent.
He's going to need to get some Vikings. He has a nice ghost spread here, making it very difficult for Puzzle. If he wants to move around his own cannons, he'll have to move next to the ghosts that were on the high ground there. 1 Marauder starting to damage the assimilator.
6 additional gateways. This is kind of the situation now where you are maxed out as a Protoss. You want to get as many gateways as possible so that you can warp in units as soon as the fight starts and you're dropping in supply. We have more than 16 right now. He's getting so many gateways, tries to get into a position, and here, he can't really
He can't fight
here.
there. There's rocks in the way. He can't actually use his zealots. But that storm on those Vikings is actually really good.
2 decent storms.
Snipe goes down, takes out one of the Templar. Jagchi is struggling to find an opening, but he is the aggressor here. Even though his opponent has a better economy, he's now sending the new command center he's built down to take another 4th. Meanwhile, he's trying to take a 5th as well over here. He was denied by a zealot, so great map control and vision from Puzzle here.
And he's getting the 2nd shield upgrade. He is maxing out all those Protoss for the Slayers team. Really loving their shield upgrades and a maxed out army composition and upgrades. I like it. Now moving in. Whoa, catching Jagchi completely out of position. Jagchi did not realize his opponent was just moving out. And now the Vikings obliterating those Colossi. But Jagchi lost a ton of units already. He's stimming in though and with the Colossi gone, he can deal the damage.
Yeah, the Colossi were way out of position there. The Vikings were in position to take them out. They weren't even in position to do damage for a lot of the time during that battle.
What an engagement. First of all, Jakji not realizing that Puzzle was moving in, lost his position, but then the Vikings able to take the Colossi out immediately, and Jakji getting the upper hand in the battle, forcing his opponent back. And now suddenly the Colossi count is down to 0, while we still have Vikings on the map, and the second attack upgrade about to complete.
He wants to take out this planetary. I don't think he can engage here, though.
He can. All these mules.
With a few storms, he's going to try it, but I'm not sure about that. Oh, he's actually going to get it, because Joshi, with a lot of hesitation, he's not only going to get the planetary, but he actually
is bad.
He could have potentially even killed that Bioforce. Now he's going to lose a lot of Zealots here.
He did not even try to repair. He didn't do anything. He didn't repair the planetary, and he moved behind the mineral line. He did not try to flank his opponent. He could have actually gotten a shot at the High Templars.
So, Jakji moving around now with this much significantly reduced Bioforce. That bank, the additional gateways, you talked about them earlier. Every time we have a fight, Puzzle Remax is so much faster. He's got the bank, he's got the production. He's sending his units now across to defend a base he expects his opponent will attack. But with his observer, he now sees, oh, Bio Army is just hanging out at the planetary. I'm actually just going to go fight it straight up because I have the better units. Yeah.
With the 5 bases that he controls, he is so far ahead in economy.
He's just going to fight this, and I think he will win it. He will force these units back. He will kill a planetary at least. Archon's coming in, dealing some serious damage. The Colossi come in as well. He's not in the best position to take out this planetary, and this time he's repairing. And actually, Jakji will break through.
Puzzle here a bit overcommitting. He killed so many mules early on, but now...
If Jakji overcommits here, he may be able to trap and kill some of these units on the retreat path.
Forces them back, but does not overcommit. And
this is
once again, as Protoss player in the supply lead, as he just mentioned, it warped in the units immediately as it dropped in supply.
This is a game that is... I wouldn't even say like it's razor thin, like how close it is. It's just a game where basically both players are trying to make it's like a turn-based game. It's like, okay, now it's my turn to attack, and can you defend against me? A back and forth type of game, and both players are defending decently well, so it's hard for either one to really make any headway. Double Colossi about to pop out again for Puzzle, who's remaxed again. Now he's got a great position on the mineral line here. The Terran army is going to have to come all the way around and greet him.
He denies mining at the 4th, and as Jakji is dropping in minerals at his 3rd base, nearly mined out at the natural, he has a huge problem now because he just can't get any additional minerals in the game. And he doesn't have a huge bank, while every second now Puzzle is getting ahead in economy, is about to max out once again. And this is just a very tough spot for Jakji to be in. He needs to do something, but it's really hard to engage this Protoss army.
Yeah, he does not have enough Vikings in position now. Great storm, even though the Ghosts are cloaked. He does not get the EMPs off that he needs, and Puzzle may not necessarily win this fight straight up at first, but with the more Zealots coming in here, he will definitely take it. And now he's taking a 50 supply lead. We'll be able to take out this planetary as well here if he targets it. He's taking out a bunch of Vikings for free. Vikings that Jakji absolutely needs right now.
It was already a problem when he lost the first planetary. Jakji he had a ton of mules. He had like 10 mules over there that did not mine enough. And now the storms and the economy killing mules and SCVs alike. This is it. GG. Puzzle defeats Jakji. He keeps the Team Slayers in the game, in the team battle. So now we will have another NS Hosa player stepping up.
Yep. And the question is, who will it be? Will they pull out Seal? Will they try to use another Terran like Skull? Will they PvP with a player like Sage or San?
It's also a matter of maps. We have Ohana left, we have Whirlwind left, and Muspelheim.
These are going to be the maps that are less familiar.
Yeah, that's the new maps.
A shot of Sage and the coach for NS Hosa right now. Sage, of course, team captain, helping the coach make a lot of the decisions that he makes. He has a lot of experience.
We also have a few Protoss players left. We have Sun and Tassadar.
Yeah, Tassadar as well. I forgot to mention him. You know, Sage obviously kind of one of the bigger names, and then we have San, who's like the old school guy, and Tassadar, someone who was just a few sets away from qualifying for Code A this season. He almost made it. He's a top-notch player. He's been a Code A champion before. Well, actually, he got 2nd place that season. He almost was a Code A champion, but I mean, he's a tough opponent to face, so we may see him, because I feel like Tassadar is the most all-around Protoss they have. His PvP is not necessarily the best, but we are going to be playing on Muspelheim
Yep, we are.
for the first time.
Exactly, that's going to be the first time that we see this map. I love the name, by the way.
Yeah, I like it too.
Norwegian mythology, apparently.
Yeah, I like this design on this new map as well. So here we go. No more waiting. Oh, and it's going to be Son. He gets up off the bench. He jumps out of his seat. There was no hesitation, no drama here. He actually just gets up right away.
No ceremony, no taunting, nothing. He gets into the booth and he wants to play. We have a PvP coming up.
And this PvP that we are going to see on this new map is going to be crazy because PvP is oftentimes very map specific as to what strategies you can do, and we've never seen this map in a broadcast game. This is the very first time. Son, man, I have so much respect for this guy. He showed Sonic Storms with he may be the reason the Kyadrin Amulet was removed from the game. He may be.
Blizzard looking at him and they're like, okay, well, that's not possible. This guy is crazy. Let's get this upgrade out.
Well, Son, a pretty all-around player as well. He's good in PvP and good in PvT from his experience, so if he wins against this Protoss, he'll be in a position where he may likely face a Terran next because MMA is going to be the most obvious final choice. We are going to take a 5-minute break before we see PvP on this new map and the Hot 6 2012 GSTL Season 2 with Calder and Wolf.
About 15 past the dawn and I feel likes me. No one likes me, but I don't like them. Fear can hold you prisoner, hope can set you free. Come to realize as the years passed me by